Until the end of the year or something like that.
Yeah.
We could prorate it if we start in March, then you're good till the end of the year. We're not gonna, I don't think we want to start.
I would think you would just change their billing code, right? Like, instead of like 17, they'd be whatever the double is, and then they would just have that new monthly billing code, right? Instead of a proration, or no? Because that would be a lot for somebody
So
to pay.
what happens if when the guy moves out of the house, and if he owns his own pan?
So the bill will go with that.
They'll have to peel that sticker off, or the billing code would have to stay, or you'd have to figure that out. But I guess we can get new stickers every year.
Oh yeah, it's a different color every year, I think.
Yeah.
For a year.
Yeah.
Some
I can
year
read around.
more
Yeah.
period. We'll think about it at the next meeting.
Okay.
Okay.
See what other ideas, but somebody's got out there.
And I would
way better how to mess with us than us.
Yeah, no, if you guys think of something else, and so like whatever cost you come up with, I feel like we would just take half of whatever cost you come up with for extra.
For the extra dump.
For the extra carts.
Well, it should be 4 times more up.
Yeah, because you guys are paying tonnage and we're paying for, equipment, drivers, all this stuff.
Are you paying for the stickers or we gotta pay?
I'll buy the stickers.
You're gonna chip in?
I
I'm
am.
impressed, I'm impressed.
So it's gonna benefit on their end too, to manage that more closely, yeah.
Thanks for coming to the meeting. Will, anything else do you remember from that first?
Yeah, we gotta talk about, the biggest thing I think we talked about was, besides this, was the surcharge or reduction on the diesel fuel price. In our specs, we have a window in there of between $4 and $5 a gallon that I set when we send the specs out, because that's kind of where it was at, and historically that's kind of where it's been for a while. It was on its way down a little bit, and of course as soon as they did, then it went down below $4. So now we're taking a reduction from them of about $200 and some for every quarter it goes down. And they wanted us to waive that portion of the contract, but leave anything that would go over $5, then we have to leave that in there. And I said, well, it doesn't work quite that way. It goes down, your costs are less, and this is what we talked about with them. So I said, I can't make any decision. The city council would have to look at that. And I did talk to Tom Friedrich earlier. Austin was down. In our specs, we have specifically written that way. So in our contract, we continue to use those same specs. So that's what we based it on. So he said, you're not going to want to change that because that's how it's bid. And obviously with the price increase, significant price increase too. So, but now if it goes over $5, just like it did last year, I mean, our last time we were paying a 14% additional on top of whatever the contract was, because the price kept going up. It never did go down below. It just kind of constantly went up. And we don't know where that's at. It's supposed to protect both sides. It's supposed to protect them. Then it goes up, and it helps us a little bit when it goes down, because the diesel fuel cost for them goes down too. So.
And you're gonna make more money with garbage cans. You're gonna spend a little more on the stickers. So my only question is, if you modify the contract, they called a couple lawyers. If you modify the contract, you might have to send it, it's a mess. Because, they bid on the contract as is. And if you modify it for one without notifying the other ones, you might be in legal trouble. That's my only concern. Because, on bidding, you gotta be careful, because if you modify for one, you gotta resend to all the other ones, and then you gotta rebid it. It's a mess, and we're too late in the year. So, I kind of agree with Jerry a little bit that, you're gonna make more on the garbage cans. How much, I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm pretty sure it'll be a little bit.
What's the total amount? So I know we've got basically a sliding scale. So gas high.
Yeah, it's a little over $200 every, based on the pickups.
As of right now,
yeah,
but it's going to be more.
Goes down, $200 some is going to build up for every 2%. So 200, if it's down a quarter, I think it's a quarter. So if it drops from $4 down to $3.76, then they have a reduction of 2%. If it goes from $3.75 down to $3.26, there's another 2% reduction. And then it keeps going on that scale down. And it's a little over $200 some each time it goes down, right, Ruby?
Yeah, I don't know of any place that does a fuel charge reduction. Like, I know Jerry was staying at the restaurant, sometimes helps pay a fuel surcharge, but like he didn't ever say that he had a fuel reduction when
normally
products
they
go down.
never take it away once it's in place. So
So, it's not something you typically see. And for it being under $4 a gallon for diesel, we have to pay $200 back in.
I know when Lauren got stuck with this, he didn't have a surcharge, and that's why we put it on there the next time we bid, because he got stuck big time. I can't remember what he was paying, but you bid it for a 3-year contract, and the price of diesel goes from $1.50 to $4. You eat it all. In this case, if the price of diesel goes anywhere over $5, we pay more. If it goes under $4, then we don't pay as much. So it's supposed to be good for both parties, that no one gets hit too hard.
Yes, and I know it's our own fault,
One
but we've been losing money for 3 years, so I don't want to get stuck with this reduction because I don't know what fuel is going to do, and I have to, I'm paying my drivers close to, they're getting paid quite a bit more, and I want good help, and I want to provide a good service, and so I just don't want the fuel charge reduction.
I mean, I can see where it's being put in place, so both ends of the spectrum. It helps provide some insurance that, because if it did, miraculously go through the roof, it's 2024, there'll be an election in November. The fact of the matter is the prices could go, both for basket of groceries, fuel, etc. I'm trying to sit back here in these chambers and try to predict the price of fuels.
I can do that, I wouldn't go to city council.
When did we sign the contract?
We haven't signed it yet.
Oh, we haven't signed it yet?
Nope, I have it right here.
Okay.
Technically, we don't have a contract in place then?
Technically you don't, so.
Pick up until today, because
We did pick up today, yes. Well, not today, we picked up yesterday. We don't pick up on Tuesdays. But we did residential and commercial yesterday.
Just trying to think of if we eliminate the bottom end of the scale, because
That's what I'm asking, yes.
So that would potentially put us in a position where we incur a cost for that extra $200 per month, $2,400 per year. Am I reading that
If the
correctly?
fuel goes down?
If the fuel goes below 375.
No, we would still pay the same. They
We
wouldn't
have
as
to
much
pay
as-
you guys back.
Yeah.
So Elaine would write the check for less.
we wouldn't be taking $216.67 away from them every time it goes down a quarter. But on the other side, if it goes up over $5, we will be paying them. So, and that's where it was at. I mean, we were up to $5.50, almost $5.75 last time. That was a 14% increase, which probably helped them a lot because.
Jerry, can we go into executive section to talk about this contract?
I don't know.
I mean, we can, it's not on the agenda, but this specific, I don't think we can. Executive session itself is on.
But we're basically doing contract.
But not contract, it's under a different subsection, so we could, since executive session's on here, go in at that point. Under subsection 3.
Just our contract negotiations. As long as there's an executive session listed there. I have for personnel in case we had to talk about the,
Right.
anything with the renewal of the.
We can go in under contract negotiations essentially.
Should we do that now?
Yeah.
Boone makes a motion to enter executive session.
Second.
Sorry, any further discussion?
Oh, you want me in here?
Do you want me in here or no?
Hang on.
Sorry.
All those in favor of entering into an executive session?
I
Any opposed?
I think we need Jerry and our attorney first.
Okay,
But hang out, I think. Don't
Yeah.
everyone agree?
okay.
Okay.
If you want to stick around, we can. Otherwise, we can.